In the name of Allah, the most compassionate, the most merciful. I've been to Saudi Arabia to perform Umrah and lived there for 28 days. Some of these days were spent in the Mecca Mukarramah and other some of these days in the Madinatul Munawwara. It was really a very interesting journey of mine, and my stay over there was very interesting indeed. Dear friends, that I have seen the Saudis as somebody who are very, very generous. I found Saudi Arabians very, very generous people indeed. I mean, as for the distribution of the food is concerned, I have seen these Saudi Arabians, I have found them distributing food amongst the visitors, amongst the people who come to Medina Munawwara, who come to the Mecca Mukarramah. And I've seen that the people distribute food. Families come to Mecca Mukarramah, Baitullah Sharif, families come to Masjid Nabvi. Families, and usually the Saudi families are big. A Saudi will come with his wife, or with, if they have more than one wife, then their children, and sometimes the children of their children. They do come to, they come together to the Baitullah Sharif, to the Mecca Mukarramah, to the Madinatul Munawwara, and they bring a lot of food with them. And after saying the prayer, they pull out the carpet from they take the carpet out from the vehicles, and then they sit on their carpets. Then they start eating their food. As soon as they put their food out of the vehicle, the people, I have seen that the people from our region, they surround them. I have seen some of the people sit near them, and then what they do is that they distribute the food they have brought. Obviously they had brought more than what they were in need of. Then they distribute the food, and sometimes they do distribute all the food, and they are not left with any food to eat. This is what I have seen, and I think on the one hand I liked it, what the Saudis are doing. On the other hand, what we people are doing, I think it is not that much, right. Also, I have seen that the Ministry of Hajj and Umra, they people, I have seen that they bring big food containers, very big containers of food, with the with the food boxes, with the thousands of food boxes inside that, and then they start distributing randomly here on this road today, and then on that road, the next day, etc. I have seen it several times. Even I have taken those food boxes, which were very good, very enjoyable. And I have also seen that that's another thing which is very interesting to share here with you. I've seen that the Saudi women were eating their food while sitting in a circle near, near Baitullah Sharif, near Makkatul Mukarramah. And then a lady, who was not a very old one, I have seen that she arrived here. She was a Boka woman lady. She was drinking a kind of milkshake in a transparent bottle, and then she put this bottle, it was not an empty yet, rather maybe more than half, was the filled up. Then she put it on a wall, and she went to them and she asked that please give me some tissue papers. They gave her a big pack of tissue papers. And not only that, rather, you know 3/4, there was a big size pizza. There was a medium size, or maybe a big size pizza, a medium size probably, or slightly maybe bigger. And then they had eaten maybe two or one slices out of that, and the rest of the whole of the pizza they gave to this lady. And this is what I have seen, that the Saudis are really very generous, very generous in distributing the food. Another very interesting incident what I have seen, another something very interesting. A lady was distributing food, and the food comprises the two items. One was the bread, another was another type of fruit. you know and she was sitting on the ground, I was coming from the front of her, I was coming from there, and I was coming from there, and then I saw that she is distributing the food. I was not in the need of the food, but I thought that if at all, since there are very fewer people in the street, and she was now looking upon me that I have to give her, that she have to give me the food. I was not in the need of, but even then I thought that I should take and because I should take it because maybe she will get hurt. She will dislike it that why I refused the food, why I ignored her. So I took the food and I took it to my room. I left it there, and when the time of the food came, I wanted to eat it. Then I saw that then it was like a big size tomato a big size, and I have seen a tomato like that one. It was like a tomato, maybe like a tomato, but she was not actually a very rich lady. She was maybe she was maybe she belonged to the lower middle class, etc. Maybe she was not even a Saudi. She belonged to any other Arab country. It was not bearable for her that she should not be distributing the food. So she thought that she must be distributing the food, and she did that. I've seen that the Saudis are very generous. Once they come to the Makkatul Mukarrama, once they come to the Madina Munawwara, I have also seen that in Makkatul in Madinatul Munawwara, as well as in the Makkatul as well as in the Mecca, some of the people there in the Mecca, in Medina Munawwara especially. So they have taken a small place, in the vicinity of the Masjid Nabvi, and they bring the cooked food there. They put the food there, and from there they start distributing the food. Some of the Saudis are doing it regularly on a daily basis, while particularly during the Ramadan days, and another some of these do it off and on, while another some of these are doing it very rarely. So what I've seen that the Saudis are very generous as far the distribution of the food is concerned. Saudis are very generous indeed. Thank you.